Neil, I'd like to start with you. Let's start at the kind of the threat, what it is, why are we having this conversation? So perhaps you could, I mean, you've got so much experience and knowledge, describe where the threats lie to people in this region and where they come from.
Certainly, yeah. The threats exist everywhere, to start with. We sort of categorise them down into the types of threat actors or the players in the game. So anything from hacktivists to nation states to criminals. Criminals can include organised crime versus a script kiddie or someone who's just playing at and trying to hack. And this might be a 12-year-old kid in a little darkened room, or it might be somebody whose profession is hacking. We're actually seeing this becoming more of a business, the business of hacking, rather than just sort of a plaything.
So even in the arena of hacktivists, there's still a commercial, or there's increasingly a commercial motive behind things.
Correct, yeah, this has become a monetized commercial environment. And what you're seeing is services being offered. So hacking services are now being offered almost as a menu of services that you can go and buy hacking for various different things on the dark web or in different places. Hacktivists, you just mentioned then, they're more of your people who are out to prove a point. You offended their sense of right and wrong, or your company is doing something which they feel is against their beliefs. And then you will see sort of a hacktivist trying to disrupt a service. Nation states are basically, there's a nation level attack, so nation objectives. It might be money in that situation, about creating the capability for a company within your country to actually do work, or it might be a forerunner to some form of kinetic attack where a cyber attack preempts a physical situation.
So, and does it really, from a company point of view or an individual point of view, does it really matter? Are they all equally as threatening to me? They all have creative ways of getting into my data.
Correct, yeah. Yes, the situation that you're going to have is that whether you're an individual or a company, then the bad guys, the threat actors out there, they're going to be coming after you. Now, you also have to remember, as an individual, you are part of a company. So I may want to compromise MEED, and therefore, in order to do that, I will compromise one of your employees to get into MEED. And that can be done in many different ways, using tools such as Facebook, social media, etc.
If we can, I want to come on later on into weaknesses and the sort of the steps that people take. So we can come back to that a little bit later on.